In this unit, we focused on verbs that are reflexive. We identify a reflexive verb because it ends in se. For example, levantarse, lavarse. The focus of this screencast is the use of reflexive pronouns with 3 formulas that we discussed in class. We reviewed ir plus a plus an infinitive to say what somebody is going to do, acabar de with an infinitive to say what someone has just done, and the presente progresivo to discuss an action in progress, which is equivalent to ing in Spanish. Levantarse is a reflexive verb that means to get up. Again, we know it's reflexive because it ends in se. We cannot forget to use reflexive pronouns with reflexive verbs. When we use infinitives, for example, vamos a levantarnos, acabamos de levantarnos, we have the option of attaching the pronoun to the infinitive. Remember, an infinitive is a verb that is not conjugated and ends in AR, ER, or IR. We can also place the pronoun in front of a conjugated verb. So we could place it in front of vamos and say nos vamos a levantar, or in front of acabamos, nos acabamos de levantar. With the present progressive, we also have 2 placement options. If we place the reflexive pronoun at the end of the participle levantando, and we make it levantándonos, we have to remember to add an accent. And remember, to add an accent, we count back 3 vowels from the end, which places our accent on the A. If we choose to place the pronoun in front of estamos, then we do not need to use an accent. So again, the translations, vamos a levantarnos, we are going to get up. Acabamos de levantarnos, we have just gotten up. And estamos levantándonos, we are getting up. Another example is the verb rizarse. Rizarse means to curl. Voy a rizarme, or again, me voy a rizar. Acabo de rizarme, or me acabo de rizar. And with the present progressive, estoy rizándome, we attach the pronoun to the end of rizando, and we add an accent, 3 vowels from the end, or we simply place it in front, me estoy rizando. In that case, we do not need an accent. One thing to also note is in this one, we are using the pronoun me because the subject is yo. In our previous example, levantarse, we were focusing on the subject nosotros, therefore we used a nos. Another example is acostarse. Acostarse means to go to bed. She is going to go to bed, va a acostarse, or se va a acostar. She has just gone to bed, acaba de acostarse, or se acaba de acostar. And está acostándose, in which we add the pronoun and add an accent, or se está acostando. Also notice, when we use the present progressive, we do not stem change for AR verbs. We do not stem change for IR verbs either. The only time we would stem change is if we had an IR verb like vestirse. Vestirse means to get dressed. Note that it is an IR verb, and in the present tense it does stem change. So let's see how we can conjugate vestirse. Vas a vestirte, because the subject is to. Acabas de vestirte. Again, you could place the te in front of vas or acabas. And estás vistiéndote, or te estás vistiendo. Note in red, the E from the infinitive, vestirse, becomes an I. One final thing to note is the difference between a conjugated reflexive verb and a reflexive verb in its infinitive form. If I say me despierto, I'm conjugating despierto and putting the me in front. that means I wake up. If I use despertarme, I would have to use that in one of our formulas. Voy a despertarme, I am going to wake up, or acabo de despertarme, I have just woken up. Note, you cannot use despertarme alone. It must be used in one of the formulas we have studied.